This is my second little clip on values or operating principles. Somebody asked me actually just this morning why I'm doing these, and just a quick comment on it. I like doing them. I find it a really interesting way to help me think, and I like the idea of putting out my ideas to the world and getting some feedback from them. It helps me grow and develop. So this is why I'm doing it, and that takes me into one of my operating principles, which is growth. One of the values one of the things I value greatly, and one of the values that I have is my capacity to grow and develop. I want to become all I can be. And in fact, I built my business around me, really and truly, around the concept of helping other people become all they can be. Because we believe that everybody should have the opportunity to achieve whatever they can achieve in life, irrespective of their circumstances. So that I sort of built this around. So that's a value that I've actually built a business on the base of a personal value. Another one I think that's really important is passion. I decided, I'm not getting any younger, and I decided a few years ago that I was only going to do something I was passionate about. It doesn't matter if it's sport, it doesn't matter if it's a hobby, it doesn't matter if it's work, relationships. I'm only going to do things I'm passionate about where I can be completely committed. I have no interest in being 50% or 60% or 70% committed. An old boss of mine years ago once told me that I was committed up to my ankles. And I think I used this before in one of my clips. And I recognised he was right, and I left the business. So commitment to me is now a big thing. I have no interest in doing things I'm not committed to. So that's one of my operating principles, my values. And another one I'll talk about very quickly is simplicity. Again, as you get on in life, you tire of complexity, and you just look for the simplest solutions, the simplest ways of doing things. And I like doing things simply. I like simple models, I like simple language, I like simple tools, and I like simple relationships, and so on and so forth. I like to keep my life simple. I find it works very, very well for me. So when I have a choice, I always do the simplest thing or pick the simplest answer. And the last one I want to talk about very quickly is personal freedom. And this is a big thing for me. I'm high D, high commanding, high resource, I'm a particular kind of personality profile. For those of you who understand D, dominance and disc and so on. And my personal freedom is really important to me. And the way I define this is maintaining my independence and whilst doing my best to serve the need. And I'm going to give you a practical example that I had recently where I had a client who wanted to do a huge piece of business with us, and it would have taken half of my time and half the company's time, and I declined the business because I don't want to be owned by a client. I don't want to be in a position where in fact where I'm no longer free, where the client is dictating what happens because they're so important to us, or we can't tell them the truth, or we can't do what we need to do because they're too important to us, the client. It restricts our freedom to be what we want to be, which is impartial and so on. So they're just examples of other values that I found useful, and I hope you find this little clip and the previous one on operating principles useful. I encourage you to develop your own if you don't have any already, and keep them simple. They don't have to be anything fancy, they don't have to be lovely, they don't have to be about saving the planet. They can be very simple things that are guidelines for you that help you in the decision making process when you're faced with circumstances, particularly when you're faced with difficult circumstances where you have to decide what kind of person you want to be. So wish you luck.